Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. I wanted to go over something that gets a little confusing. A lot of times people get confused about different ways to fix a slight class 3 bite or a small maxilla or a slight negative overjet, and they think that a tandem or a protraction face mask works the same way as an anterior sagittal appliance, and they definitely do not. They do not give the same results at all. On the surface, you might think they do, but they really don't. So let's go over the difference. First of all, main thing is that this gives skeletal changes and this gives tooth changes, not skeletal changes. Nothing in the Ceph is going to change by using this. The only thing that might change is that the inclination of the incisors might change, but the SNA or the A and B, which are positions of the maxilla relative to the cranial base, will not change with this. All it does is line up some teeth a little more forward if they were retroclined. Of course, you'd want to take a Ceph to make sure they are retroclined first, right? And there's nothing that this can't do that can't be done with braces or aligners already. There's nothing special about this appliance. I like this appliance, let's say, if we don't want to pay for braces or aligners and maybe we need an expander anyways, we can always put a jack screw here and put other jack screws here. We can put lots of jack screws in, and we can get some nice arch development and start the process of, if the teeth are retroclined and trapped, of moving them forward. Nothing wrong with that. You're going to have to finish it later in some braces or aligners. This is not going to take the place of braces or aligners. And it's, like I said, it's not doing anything special that you couldn't already do with braces and aligners. So that's the main thing you have to get through your head. This will grow a maxilla if it's set back, okay? It's not growing a mandible, it's only growing a maxilla. So if both your jaws are class 1, okay? If you are skeletal class 1 but bimax retrusive with major airway issues, maybe you do. Maybe you do want to do that expander and then the protraction face mask, which could be in one appliance. Remember, you have to loosen the sutures first. You should watch all the content I have on protraction face mask and how it works. And a tandem is a similar appliance. I made some content on it. It's not my favorite. I don't think it's better or worse. I just think it's more bulky, and I feel like you get better compliance with the protraction face mask. But if somebody's happier with the tandem, be my guest. You can look into that. It does work. So like I said, one is actual tooth borne and one is actually going to make skeletal changes. So anterior sagittal appliance, again, you could put a protraction, you could put a transverse jack screw in here too. It doesn't have to only be the premaxilla. You don't have to have a bow. You don't have to have a occlusal acrylic. These are all just widgets and bling that you can add on it depending on what you want to do it. But you can get a minor increase of proclination of the incisors. No, like I said, no different than you could get already with braces or aligners. But if you didn't want to do braces or aligners and you wanted to start to get some improvement besides the transverse movement, why not? Yeah, especially if you took the Ceph and you realized you needed it, right? This could increase the position of, or make more space for the tongue. Yes, it can do that. So that can have a positive effect. But if the issue is that the maxilla is set back, well, then that's not doing that. So it's better to do both, right? So whereas with a protraction face mask, you can actually get an increase of the true maxilla position and translation. The actual, on average, it's 1.81 millimeters more anterior. That's permanent. Like if you check it and you check it again 6 months, 12 months later, it has moved 2 millimeters forward. Not just the teeth have moved, the whole jaw has moved. If the whole upper jaw moves because you loosen the sutures and it moves, well, you're going to have a much better volume of everything, which is going to increase the nasopharyngeal and oropharyngeal dimensions by pulling the entire maxilla complete and soft palate forward, okay? Which is going to improve your clockwise mandibular rotation and improve A and B, okay? So that is the benefit of that. So of course, as always, you want to see what type of class 3 you have. I'm assuming you're having a class 3 if you're using these. Ideally, it's one. Usually most class 3s that present in, under age 9, under age 10 are going to be a small SNA, or it's just going to be a completely retrognathic case, upper and lower, maybe where the upper jaw is trapping the lower jaw, and by doing the expansion and the protraction face mask, now we can allow the lower jaw to catch up to normal, or we might have to do some type of twin block or some type of MA to catch up. I don't always know what's going to happen. I can't predict. Yes, sometimes they can catch up on their own, sometimes they can't. So you need to be prepared. Okay, and remember, elastics and herps don't necessarily grow jaws. They can't, the occlusal plane. They tip it. They don't necessarily help with airway. Okay, so if you're looking to help with airway, you have to do mechanics that help with airway. All right, hopefully that was helpful and that clarified some things for you. Thank you.